Hello Year 7, it's Mr. Holton here with another lesson for your Textiles remote learning. Today we're going to be looking at creating an op art drawing which looks at incorporating a circle. So in the first op art drawing task I gave you, we were doing straight lines. Today we're going to be looking at incorporating a different shape, so I want you to use the circle. And if you look at this piece of work, even though it's a circle, it looks almost three-dimensional. There's depth, like it's coming towards you. I'm going to show you how to create this piece of work today, and you're going to need a few pieces of equipment to do this. So, we're going to need a cereal bowl, a pencil, a rubber, a ruler, and a piece of cartridge paper. And the cartridge paper should be in the packs that the school has provided to you. So to get started, we're going to get the cereal bowl, we're going to turn it upside down and place it roughly in the centre of our paper. We're going to get the pencil and draw around the rim of the bowl to create a big circle in the centre of our page. It doesn't have to be in the exact centre, as long as it's roughly in the middle, that will be fine. Now we're going to use the ruler to create a grid which is ruler width apart. I'm going to show you how to do that. We're not going to be using any measurements today. We're just going to be using the ruler to measure ruler width apart. So because I'm left-handed, I like to have the ruler on the right side. It makes it easier for me to draw with, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to place the ruler on the very edge of the long length of the A4 paper. Okay? I'm going to hold the ruler down, I'm going to draw a line. Now, I do not want this line to go through the circle. It has to stop at the edge there and continue at the edge here. And I want you to continue this all the way along this length of the page. Make sure the ruler is on the line that you've just completed. And then draw a line going underneath the circle almost. So we're not going through the circle, we're drawing to the circle, we're stopping and then picking the line up at the end. I want you to continue this all the way along the page. Now it's really important that you are very accurate with this. The more accurate you are now, the better the end result will be. Okay, so please bear in mind the final outcome when you've completed this piece of work, and make sure that your lines are nice and straight and that they do not go through the circle at this stage. I'll be showing you how to create contour lines when all this is completed, but for now we need to make sure that these lines do not go through the circle, they just stop at the circle. When you have completed the paper the lines this way, we need to turn the page to its side and complete the process again along this edge. Okay, so I've placed the ruler on the edge of the paper here. I'm going to draw another line. There's no circle there, so I can draw straight down. I'm going to get the ruler, move the ruler and place it along the line I've just drawn. Now you can see there's a bit of circle here, so I need to stop at the edge there and pick the line up again at the edge there. And continue this along the whole length of this page. Again, stop at the circle, pick the line up at the end of the circle. Okay, if you make a mistake, that's not a problem. That's what you can use your rubber for. Rub the line out and complete it again. Please take your time with this because it needs to be as accurate as you can possibly make it. Because as I said to you earlier, that will create the best illusion or the best outcome, and we want to be able to see the illusion at the end. Okay, so please bear that in mind when completing this task. Do not rush, take your time. Place the ruler along the line. There's no circle there, so I could have just went straight through. And this one, there's a little box there, but that's fine, don't worry about that. That's just the width of the paper. So we should have something a little bit like this. Now, if you want to pause the video and catch up to this point, please feel free to do so. I'm going to continue now adding in the lines inside the circle. The lines that we're going to draw inside the circle are called contour lines, and that's because they follow the shape of the circle, giving the flat circle something called form, which makes it look more three-dimensional. The only line you need to draw with a ruler is the center one here. So connect the ruler with those lines and then connect those dots with a straight line. That is the only line that needs to be drawn with a ruler. So you can pop the ruler to the side now. When we come to draw the contour lines, we need to make sure that they follow the shape of the circle. What do I mean by that? Well, the lines on this half of the circle will go this direction, and the lines on this half of the circle will go this direction. But I'll show you an easy way of doing it. Place your pencil on the line that you want to connect, and we're going to draw a bridge shape, okay? Just to connect that line to that line. So you can see how it's slightly curved. I've pressed the pencil very lightly, so it makes it easy to rub out if I've made a mistake. And I can refine that line in just a moment. Now here, the line is very almost straight, but we don't want to have any straight lines in here. We need to still curve them slightly. If you have straight lines connecting these together, this will make the circle look very flat and you will lose the form. It's really important that you keep the form for this shape for the illusion to work. When I've completed this half of the circle, I'm going to rotate the page so it's the other way around and complete the same process. So I'll be going the opposite direction, but I'll be completing the same line. So I'm going to connect this line to the one down at the bottom here. Again, using that bridge shape, okay? And the same for this one. I've made a little mistake here, so I'm going to take my rubber and erase that area that I'm not happy with. Pause the video and make sure that your lines are nice and neat, because as I said to you earlier, the neater you are now, the better the outcome will be. I'm now going to complete the same process, but on this side of the paper, so we have lines going this way and this way. The contour lines then create the form for the sphere. So I'm going to start with this line here, and I need the line to create the bridge shape this way. So I'm just going to draw the bridge shape that way, because remember, if it's on this side, the line needs to go that way. If it's on this side, the line needs to go that way. But the easiest way to do this is to make sure that you're drawing the lines with the bridge shape, and then we can rotate the paper so we keep drawing the same shape. And after I've drawn this one, I'm going to rotate my paper and complete the same line going across. So I haven't changed what I'm drawing, I've just rotated the paper to change the direction of the line. So we'll end up with something that looks like this. Now I'd like you to spend a little bit of time refining any mistakes that you've made so that this work is as neat as it can be. Okay, if there are some lines that aren't quite straight on your grid, you can rub them out and draw them in again. If there are lines inside your circle that you're not happy with, now's the chance to erase them and correct those mistakes. Okay? By the end of this lesson, I need you to upload your grid pattern with your circle and the contour lines drawn to Clash Charts, and you need to make sure that you save this work ready for your next lesson. Thank you very much for watching Year 7. I look forward to seeing your work.